Let's have a look at the quick table calculation known as percent difference, and I'm going to explain all the math to you. This data set is available, so check the description below. I'm going to bring in sales in here. So I've got a sales bar, and I'm going to do it twice, right? So I'm going to bring in sales again, like so. So 2 bars, and this is just for the demonstration so you guys understand what's actually happening. Then I'm going to take order date, and I'm going to use the right-click drag method. So using the right click of the mouse, drop it into columns. That's going to bring up this dialog box. And the one we're going to pick is this green one, which is quarter. It's just the best one for demonstrating this. Okay, I'm going to change these to a bar, and we are almost set. If I go here to the top, you're going to see this letter T. All right, so pretty basic stuff when it comes to Tableau, right? So nothing crazy, even if you had to pause it. Right, it's still relatively straightforward. Now what we want to do is apply the percent difference quick table calculation. So here on this second one, and you got to apply it to any measure, right, numeric measure, we're going to go quick table calculation, percent difference. Okay, now what is it doing exactly if we're talking mathematically? If I was to phrase it, what we're saying is that if you take 16.2% of 74,445, right, and you add it to itself, you're going to get this one. So in essence, what it means is 86,540 is 16% greater than that, right? So now let's do a little bit of math to prove this. Okay, let's do it. So if I take 16% of that one right there, so 74,445 times 16%. Now, mind you, there are decimals, so it's not going to be exact unless I take every single decimal point. Right, so 0.162, right, which is this 16.2 that we're talking about, right? Oh, enter. We're going to get 1260. Now, if I take that number and add it to this one, essentially what we're saying is 16% on top of that first value, plus 74,445, right? You're going to get 86,505. Now, this one says 86,540. Only reason it says that is because of those decimal places. Right? So we can do this in another way, right? Because we have whole numbers on the top. We can work the other way, mathematically speaking. Okay, so if I take now 86,540 minus 74,445, right? 12,095, and then I take that and divide it by this first number. Essentially, what we're saying is how much percent of this is part of this first number. Okay. So 1209. I pressed too many buttons. Okay, divided by 74,445. You're gonna get 16, right? 0.2%. And if you don't believe me, times 100. There you go, 16.2%, which is that part right there. And the reason we couldn't get it exact before is because I would have to account for every single one of these, and I'm sure it actually keeps going on forever, right? So percent of difference just looks at how much is it rising or falling, right? So we can say from here to here, there was a 61.7% drop, right? That is how percent of total works mathematically. Now you have a few choices with this. If you go here in sum of sales, you're going to see relative to, you have a decision on which part of the, which bar is going to be used for the computation. Okay, so you see here it says previous, next, first, and last. So for example, if we were doing just the standard one, right? If I do this bar right here, and I do a percent of difference, really what it's doing is going, let's take the previous one. Let me get my arrow and some purple. So this is the one we're focused on, and we go use the percent difference function to the previous value. That's what previous means. If you say relative to the first value, it's doing it relative to this one. If you're saying next value, it's talking about this one. And if you say last value, it's talking about this one. So you're deciding on which percent difference you're pointing to. The default is this one right here, the previous one. Okay, but it depends on the situation. So for example, say this first point is actually the most important, right? That's your starting point. It could be you're measuring temperature, or you're measuring, let's say, the number of customers you had at the beginning of the year, and you want to see the fluctuations relative to that value over time. You want to go here relative to first. And when you do that, it's going to do it relative to this number. Okay. So for example, if you're doing these two, what it's saying is there is a 100 and almost 150% increase from that first value. Now, once you start introducing panes, and if you don't know what that is, I'm going to explain to you in a second, the computation is a little bit different. So if I add category into columns, okay, what I'm essentially doing is splitting up my data further. Now, you don't have to do this part. This is just so I can show you guys, just so we can tell the difference visually. If I have this visualization here and I'm doing percent total, what it's actually doing is we can decide on whether the computation continues all the way across, okay, or it is just contained in this section, okay? Because if we're going from, let's say, furniture to office supplies, by definition, there is no meaning to comparing this last value with this next one. Okay, so what we actually wanted to do is start fresh for every pane of data. So how do you control that? Well, you right click here and you can either do it in this one, compute using, right, and make the modification here, or we can go edit table calculation, which is kind of where I steer beginners. It's just a little bit easier for them. So with table, what it's talking about is go all the way across, because the whole thing refers to the table. But if you want just the pane, right, which is just this section here, and you can see now the rest of them are blurred out, what it's doing is, if I switch back and forth, have a look at this point right here, it disappears. Because the pane means it only stays in here, and then it starts fresh with each new pane. Okay. Now, if you had this in like a table where you had multiple dimensions on the top and sides, you can go across then down then across. You can go all sorts of different directions. It really depends on your analysis, right? But that's how you use percent difference. By the way, I teach all of this along with every single quick table calculation, even the more complicated ones. So if you come down here, I teach all of these. Year-to-date total, multiple combinations. It's all on my website. Be sure to check that out at Jellyman Education. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.